Hello everybody and welcome back to Harry's Music Room. Gonna do a flip video on some records that I picked up on our trip to Los Angeles and also a stop in Berkeley. So the first record I'm gonna show is, this is a Japanese record. It's got a large book in it. And the record is basically just interviews with the Beatles in Japan. It also also has the introduction of their music during the shows that they did. If I can get this stuff out of here. And it's just regular record. Overseas records. Mono, Tokyo Days, the Beatles. I've never seen that record before, had to get it. This was a VCLT from Chris Vinyl Piper. Amazing collection he gave me. He gave me like 4 albums, I think. This is one, not only did I have this on a black vinyl, but not on that colored vinyl. That was really cool. Then he gave me Supertramp live at the Paramount, 1977 in Seattle, on blue vinyl. Not a bad show. I listened to it. This is amazing. Fantastic quality, bootleg. It's the songs that Roger Waters did off the Animals album at this live show. Fantastic quality. I highly recommend it if you see it. Chris also gave me Live in Seattle 73 on black vinyl. Not a bad sounding bootleg. I gave it a spin already. This one was from Record Safari, and it's a Beatle bootleg, obviously. You Be the Judge, Keep Score by Rounds. There's no Don Ho on here. It's just all Beatles stuff, but they just did a parody of the Beatles versus the Four Seasons cover. Next up, this is a Heart Japanese single on colored vinyl in the shape of a heart. This is a bootleg from the UK from 2010. The complete Sgt. Pepper album, but again, a bootleg pressing. This goes in my James Bond collection, colored vinyl. I've only ever seen this one other time. Found this at Amoeba, and I've been looking for it for quite a while. Next up, we have a reissue of Sir Douglas Quintet. I'm a big fan of Doug Sahm. This was live in Switzerland, 1985. Picked this up at Amoeba. Then we've got the Honeys. The Honeys were a female band produced by Brian Wilson. Brian Wilson also married Marilyn Wilson later, and she's the mother of Carney and Wendy Wilson. And basically he tried to make a female version of the Beach Boys with these songs. This is a UK compilation. Every one of these bands played at the Marquee Club. $4.99. I thought I'd take a chance. Picked this up from Rob the Waxed. I traded him a jazz album for it. Have not listened to this yet, but I like this album and very happy to have a MoFi pressing. And then we've got Steve Earle, So You Want to Be an Outlaw. I've got most of Steve Earle's stuff, but I didn't have this one. I think this was $15 at Amoeba. And then a Davy Jones record that I hadn't even seen before. 7A, if you know the Monkees, you know what the 7A significance is. They've been putting out a lot of reissues of Monkey stuff. And this is a record that Davy did, I'm not sure what years. Let's see. First time vinyl issue of his 1980s album. which I have never seen and don't have in any form. I'm a big Love and Spoonful fan, and I was really happy. This record is really good. Never saw it before, but for $5, I wasn't going to leave it there. Really, really, if you're a Love and Spoonful fan, you're going to like this album. Another of my favorite songwriters, Rodney Crowell. $10, still sealed. Chicago Sessions. This is produced by Jeff Tweedy. Really looking forward to hearing it. This is a Vinyl Me Please, Rodney Crowell, The Houston Kid. Another one I've not heard yet. Looking forward to that. And then we got a Japanese pressing of Deep Purple. Japanese pressing of Davy Jones and Mickey Dolenz. And this is a compilation of different stuff. White label promo. I had to put this on Discogs because there wasn't one on there. And of course I had to pick up Nebraska with a obi from Japan. These Japanese pressings were all picked up at Boogie Maru Sounds, specializing in Japanese pressings. This is a sealed copy, Billy J. Kramer from a Window, which is a Lennon McCartney song. And a Bond title I did not have. Not a favorite. Timothy Dalton was not my favorite Bond by any means. Then we've got Beach Baby by First Class. Basically Tony Burrows. If you know Tony Burrows, he was a lead singer in a lot of bands. This is not a promo pressing, but I think it's a promo because it's got this information sheet taped to the back of the cover inside the shrink wrap. Information about First Class. And then this was a triple album at Record Safari for $25, mint condition. It's got the killer album plus a live album, or a live show. This was a gift from Rob the Waxed. This was also a gift from Rob. Joe Grishecki, House Rockers. There's a connection with Springsteen there. Bruce is a big fan and has done a lot to help Joe out through his career. Really good album that I did not have. Nielsen sings Newman, all the Randy Newman stuff. Record Safari. Jack Nitsky and his orchestra dance to the hits of the Beatles. In shrink wrap, near mint condition, on Reprise Records. Had to get that for my Beatle collection. This is an interview record with McCartney. It's a picture disc. That was Record Safari. This was Record Safari as well. And if you take the record out, that's what you're going to see through the die cut cover. Then we had another Record Safari find, Headquarters, with an obi. I'm a big fan of Al Cooper. This is the soundtrack to The Landlord. Haven't checked it out yet. I've listened to this already. Great record. Hoyt Axton is so good. It's got the original No No song on here, which has Cheech and Chong on it, I believe, if I remember correctly. This is a bootleg Bob Dylan picture disc interview. That was $9 at Atomic Records. Atomic Records had a bunch of bootlegs. Another Beatle bootleg I got there. And then we have The Gospel According to the Beatles with the official Beatle badge insert sheet. And this is another Atomic Records. This one's kind of cool. This is a series of records called Hi Folks. Have a Melody Christmas with Santa Claus, and there's a whole series of releases that they did. They did a Springsteen, they did a Rolling Stones, they did a Bob Dylan, a few others, Smith, Duran Duran. So that's kind of cool. Picked that up for 20 at Atomic Records. And then we have an Elvis Costello bootleg. This is the very early stuff. This is my favorite era of Elvis Costello, around his first or second album. Another Beatle bootleg, 2 LP set. A lot of these bootlegs have very similar material. They just edit it and put it on different albums, and we keep buying it. But hey, it's what I like to do. The Beatles at Circus Krone in Munich. I'm a Rare Earth fan. This was a hard to find album, Generation. This is, they did 2,000 of these. I'm not sure what year they did it. This is a 180 gram reissue of Aerosmith using the original cover. This is a interview with Led Zeppelin picture disc. Has Jimmy Page on one side and Robert Plant on the other side. Grooves in Orbit, NRBQ, one of the ones I didn't have of theirs. So I've got quite a few of their albums, but then again from Atomic, Back Upon Us All, a collection, Fourth Amendment Beatles bootleg. Vancouver 64, 2 LP set. Picked up a Heart white label promo. Johnny and the Moondogs, Silver Days. And this is early stuff. Have not listened to it yet, but I'm pretty sure I have it on another record with a different cover. 8 Arms to Hold You, which was the original working title for the Help movie. Collection of concert recordings from around the world, 2 LP set. Another bootleg. It's amazing how many Beatle bootlegs are out there. This is a bootleg of Bruce live in Hollywood. They broadcast it on the radio, so it's really great quality. It's on splatter vinyl. This is volume 2, so now I'm going to have to look for volume 1. But the New Jersey Christmas show in 2003 was kind of legendary. So I got to look for volume 1 now. Oh, John Lennon bootleg. This is the 1-to-1 concert, which is going to be released in November. They're going to release the early afternoon show and the evening show. John Prine reissue, Record Safari, $10. That was at Steel. Robert Plant Pictures at 11. This is an interview promo. Record Safari. Another John Prine from Record Safari, another $10. That's a reissue, 180 gram. This one got a cool cover. It's got a Mylar sheet in it that if you fold the Mylar sheet up, put it over the jacket, supposedly the cover comes to life. $5, mint condition in open shrink. Picked this up. This is a Record Club edition. If you see the hash marks here, that's the indication that it was a Capitol Record Club. Also has a different catalog number. They add an 8 to it. Green label. George Thorogood. In open shrink wrap with the hype sticker. $2 record. This is behind the scenes interviews for A Hard Day's Night and Help. I've never seen this before, so I'm looking forward to hearing that. Great record right here. Live version. Boom, boom. Out go the lights. Promo. I've already played it. Sounds great. Everybody bought the single, but nobody bought the album. So, Scott McKenzie, San Francisco, Wear Some Flowers in Your Hair. I've not listened to it yet. I don't know if it's worth keeping or not. This is a white label promo. Really good. I've already listened to this. All the songs on it are great. I'm a Jackson Browne fan and didn't have Lawyers in Love. I think that was a $2 record. Same with Yes. Live, the solos. And then at Rasputin, they had a whole section of just record covers. No record. All dollar. I got a mono Sgt. Pepper. Real clean Hard Day's Night. And then a UK Please Please Me. So I'll find a use for those. So that's what I picked up on my LA trip. Thanks for watching. Till next time, ciao.